In a small, bustling town, nestled between rolling hills and vibrant fields, there lived a woman named Clara. From a young age, Clara was a dreamer, her mind often drifting beyond the boundaries of her everyday life. She was captivated by stories of adventure and self-discovery, yet she found herself trapped in a cycle of comparison. Every day she would walk through the town, her eyes drawn to the seemingly perfect lives of others. The laughter of children playing in the park, the couples strolling hand in hand, and the successful professionals striding confidently toward their goals all served as a constant reminder of what she felt she lacked. Clara worked as a graphic designer, a job she loved, but she often found herself scrolling through social media in the quiet hours of the night. There, she would see the polished lives of her peers, each post a carefully curated snapshot of success. Friends from college showcased their promotions, their travels, their perfect homes, and Clara couldn't help but feel a pang of inadequacy. "Why can't I be more like them?" she would wonder, her heart sinking as she compared herself to the highlight reels of others. Each comparison chipped away at her self-esteem, leaving her feeling more lost and disconnected from her own identity. One rainy afternoon, Clara decided to take a walk to clear her mind. The sky was a canvas of gray, and the streets glistened with the remnants of the earlier downpour. As she wandered, she stumbled upon a small, unassuming bookstore tucked away in a corner of the town. The sign above the door read, "The Quiet Corner," and something about it called to her. Inside, the air was thick with the scent of old paper and ink. She meandered through the aisles, running her fingers over the spines of countless books, each one a portal to a different world. It was there that she found an old, worn book titled The Journey to Self-Discovery. Intrigued, she settled into a cozy nook with a steaming cup of tea and began to read. The words echoed in her mind, speaking of the importance of embracing one's individuality and the dangers of comparison. The author shared stories of people who had spent their lives measuring their worth against others, only to find that true happiness lay in accepting themselves for who they were. Clara felt a flicker of recognition. The words resonated deep within her. As she read, Clara began to reflect on her own life. She realized that she had been so consumed by the lives of others that she had lost sight of her own passions and dreams. She had allowed the shadows of comparison to cloud her vision, stifling her creativity and joy. The journey to inner peace, she learned, was not about conforming to the standards set by society or others, but about embracing her unique path. Inspired, Clara set the book down and took a deep breath. She made a promise to herself to embark on a journey of self-discovery, to explore her individuality without the weight of comparison. She started small, dedicating time each day to reconnect with her passions. She painted again, letting her brush dance freely across the canvas without fear of judgment. She wrote poetry, pouring her thoughts and feelings onto the page, unfiltered and raw. She even enrolled in a pottery class, allowing herself to create with her hands, molding clay into shapes that were uniquely hers. As the weeks passed, Clara began to notice a shift within herself. The act of creating became a form of meditation, a way to express her innermost thoughts and feelings. She found solace in the act of making, and with each piece she completed, she felt a little more whole. The comparisons that had once haunted her began to fade into the background, replaced by a newfound appreciation for her own journey. One afternoon, while working on a particularly vibrant painting, Clara received a message from an old friend inviting her to a gathering. It was the same friend who had always seemed to have it all figured out. The perfect job, the perfect relationship, the perfect life. Clara hesitated, a familiar wave of insecurity washing over her. She thought about the comparisons that would inevitably arise, the feelings of inadequacy that had plagued her in the past. But then she remembered the lessons she had learned. She realized that attending the gathering could be an opportunity to share her journey, to celebrate her individuality rather than hide it. With a sense of determination, Clara decided to go. As she entered the room, she was greeted by laughter and warm smiles. The atmosphere was alive with energy, and Clara felt a spark of excitement. She engaged in conversations, sharing her recent experiences and the joy she had found in her creative pursuits. To her surprise, her friends listened intently, their eyes lighting up with interest. They shared their own struggles and insecurities, revealing that beneath the surface of their seemingly perfect lives lay their own doubts and challenges. In that moment, Clara understood that everyone was on their own journey, each person grappling with their own insecurities. The comparisons that had once felt so isolating transformed into a shared experience of vulnerability. Clara realized that embracing her individuality not only brought her peace, but also allowed her to connect with others on a deeper level. As the night wore on, Clara felt a sense of belonging she had never experienced before. She danced, laughed, and shared stories without the weight of comparison holding her back. For the first time, she felt free to be herself, and it was exhilarating. In that space, Clara discovered that inner peace was not about being better than others, but about accepting herself as she was, flaws, quirks, and all. From that day forward, Clara continued her journey of self-discovery. She learned to celebrate her uniqueness, understanding that true happiness stemmed from within. The act of comparing herself to others faded away, replaced by a deep appreciation for her own path. Clara's life became a beautiful tapestry woven from her individual experiences, and she found joy in the process of becoming, rather than in the pursuit of perfection. In the quiet moments of reflection, Clara often returned to the lessons she had learned in that small bookstore. She understood that the journey to inner peace was ongoing, a continuous exploration of self-acceptance and authenticity. With each step she took, she embraced her individuality, knowing that it was the key to unlocking a life filled with joy, creativity, and genuine connection.